Good afternoon and welcome to a rainy, what is today? Saturday from Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. So we got everything going here. Hope you guys are all having a great day. We're in between snowstorms. We had a snowstorm followed by an ice storm this morning, and we're expecting to get a couple of inches of snow again tonight. So I figure we'll come up and try to get a little bit of aviation action for you today. 7 taking runway 24 left right now. They're heading out to Dallas. Got a light rain falling right now. But hopefully it doesn't affect the stream too much. Heading off into the fog. It's about 36 degrees this afternoon. We also have a diversion on the field. We have a SkyWest CRJ 200 sitting over there. It diverted in from Akron Canton Airport a little bit ago. Had some slush on the field, probably some ice. There's a freezing rainstorm that was moving through around the time it diverted, so assuming maybe it got stuck in that. 321 heading out. We're going to do the best we can in the weather we have today for you. Taxiing over to their gate. Got a bit of a breeze today. It's going right down the runway, so not too much of a crosswind, not too much that we're dealing with so far as well, which is good to see. And go pulling into the gate. Of our local spotters I saw went down there today. I'm hoping to do it hopefully some point this week. Go to Orlando or Fort Lauderdale. We'll see what happens. I was going to do Vegas, but I don't think I'm going to have the time and the money. So hopefully this summer. I wanted to do Dulles, but I didn't book the flight because I wasn't sure what the weather was going to do. And now those flights are like $500 round trip, so we probably won't do Dulles this week. Hopefully at some point this spring we'll try to get down there and do that. Here's our Southwest 737. Landing in the fog here today in Cleveland. Out of Phoenix, 737-800. Should have gone over to Aviator, I think, with the fog. We'll do the best we can. Tempted to change my name to the Poor Weather Spotter. feel like I haven't had good weather to spot in for about 2 months now. Every time I come out, it's really bad for the scanner, but wonder if I just need to throw that set of batteries away. That's here. Here's the other Southwest that we were talking about that's waiting for the gate. We should see the American Eagle CRJ passing in the foreground here. I think we'll go ahead and just follow them. This CRJ is operated by PSA Airlines. It's a CRJ 700 out of DCA. TSB released some new information yesterday showing that there might have been an altimeter discrepancy between the pilot and instrument, or the pilot flying and the pilot monitoring, that they need to look into to see if everything was calibrated or what might have been going on with the aircraft's instruments. And he also said that they were trying to reply back to ATC when the call went out to pass behind the CRJ. So just a little bit of information that came out on that. I know the NTSB will get to the bottom of it and hopefully make aviation safer. That particular CRJ, by the way, that was involved in that accident, if you were here that morning on January 29th, that aircraft was here. So definitely unfortunate to think about everyone who lost their lives that day, and I just hope that we're able to make flying safer for everybody going forward, and that their loss will not be in vain. The CRJ actually is pretty close in tail numbers if you look at the tail number in the background. 702 Papa Sierra. The FAA has taken some steps to try to pull the helicopter traffic out of that area as well. So we'll see long term what the solution will be for air traffic going into DCA. But still thinking, my thoughts and prayers with the families of all those who lost their lives down there. All right, this flight is a diversion. They're coming in from Cincinnati. They were Houston, the CVG, diverting in. So I wonder if there's some weather or something going on down there that spit them back out and force them to come up to Cleveland. Keep your fingers crossed we'll get some more. Maybe we'll get a freighter or something like that. Wouldn't that be cool? One of the big cargo heavies coming in. There's Southwest going to the gate. I would love a heavy diversion today. Keep your fingers crossed. It's actually another Southwest. I didn't see it. It's behind the terminal now, so I can't see it, but it was pulling in. It looks like it was pulling into the gate, so it looks like there might have been three. No, there it is. It's not going to the gate. I don't know where it came from, though, unless it's the one that was on the end that pushed back. We got two Southwest 737s. Yeah. Let's zoom out. We'll try to get them all for you. So we got the one that's going in. We got these two over here. The controller just said, you guys are having a party over there. Look at all the Southwest. Apparently we're in Dallas today. We got one going to the gate, and we also have this one that's been waiting for a little bit. So got a little bit of a Southwest Airlines party going on today. No wonder these guys were waiting. They were busy. This 737-800, by the way, came in from Phoenix. Three Southwest in one shot. I don't know when the last time I saw that here in Cleveland was. It's definitely been a little bit. Columbus every day, but not so much here. goes the other one. Quickly ascending into the mist that is over the airport right now. I'll have to double check. I'll have to double check to see what the ceiling is. I bet it's maybe 1,200 feet now, maybe, if that. We got a mist in the area, more like a fog. Here's the E175 that's diverting in Houston to Cincinnati. Looks like ops are going to be nice to him and maybe give him a gate. A lot of times the diversions go over, sit on the pad. E175, this aircraft is wearing the new livery for United, which I do think is a nice improvement on the E-Jets. I do think the United E-Jets look a little bit better than the Delta and American E-Jets. This aircraft is operated by Mesa Airlines. Air Shuttle is a call sign. They're going to go over next to the American CRJ and the ERJ 145 that's over there. As the MAX 9 pushes back. Also a American Eagle ERJ 145 pushing back on the other side. This MAX 9 wearing a merger livery, which I think is such a nice look on the 737 and on the Dreamliner. That wears a very similar livery. Kind of the wavy gold stripe. A couple of other aircraft inbound. Envoy Flight 3464 is an American Eagle flight out of Chicago O'Hare. And we also have United 2226 also out of Chicago O'Hare. It's probably JFK or LAX. The TWA hotel is incredible. That's an incredible place to plane spot. Max firing up. Stuff like that are still operating up through Alaska. That would be pretty cool to see. DC-6s and of course all the 747s and stuff like that. So that would be a great airport. Hope you have a great time out there. And the scenery is beautiful. I keep telling my wife, if we ever do that though, I'm going to definitely spend a day at the airport. So just know that we're going to spend a day at the airport. And it'll probably be a full day at the airport. And then, you know, go enjoy some of the natural sights in that area. Maybe even see the Northern Lights again. But maybe someday. Not anytime soon, I think, but maybe someday. Taxi over for departure, they will be heading to Denver. It's an Envoy flight out of Chicago O'Hare. But that mist is back as well. That's why everything is kind of looking the way that it is. Especially over the airport, like I can't really, I have a hard time seeing the E175 just visually as it blends in with the fog. It's 7-3. This flight just came in from Cancun a couple of minutes ago, 737-900ER. they're taxiing in while the MAX will be lining up for departure. And we also have a United flight out of Chicago inbound. United will be heading over to Customs. Short, we got the other United 737. They're inbound from Chicago, flight 2226, 737-800. As the rain begins to fall again. Our visibility is just getting worse. Actually, it looks pretty dark off to the west now, looking over to my left. So we might be having another shower moving in. So we have Envoy, Piedmont, and PSA on the field for American. Go back and look to see if the other American was a SkyWest or a Republic E-175 that's sitting over there. I have to go back and look. The other little bit of news involving PSA, I kind of got buried into the news with the accident, was that they are moving their headquarters. So they are currently headquartered out of Dayton, at Dayton International Airport down there in southern Ohio. They are moving their headquarters to Charlotte. There's also some rumors going around that this airline, United, may be considering moving their headquarters here in the next decade or so, possibly to Denver. So we'll have to wait and see if that actually happens or not. Currently, United is headquartered in the Sears Tower, the Hancock Tower in Chicago. I thought if they would move, it would be Houston, but Denver does make sense. That is one of their busiest hubs. I hope that if United moves their headquarters, that maybe they'll finally consider doing a dedicated museum. United has a ton of history. We got to see a little bit of their artifacts at the Chicago Airliners International show a couple of years ago. And they were talking at that point about a permanent museum. So hopefully we'll see United maybe look at a permanent museum somewhere. If they do build their headquarters in Denver, that would be a good place for it. The ERJ-145 over there is still, it's like they're waiting for their clearance. They're heading over to Philly. They've been sitting there probably for at least 25 minutes now. We'll probably get the United in the shot as they begin their roll. American rolling out on the runway. Meanwhile, United 441, 737 MAX. There they are. They're heading out as well. 2545 for Delta behind the American. Kind of typical for Cleveland. We kind of go in spurts, so we'll have breaks where there's nothing going on, and then it seems like everything's going on for a few minutes. So during the week, it's a lot busier, so I'm hoping to be able to come up here and do a number of streams this week while we're off. I'm doing some painting and some work around the house this week, which is why I took the week off. 33 A319 out of Charlotte. Taxi to the gate. Looking at the regional jets, I think the CRJ might be pushing back here pretty soon on their way back to DCA. I can see a red light over there. $50.99 ERJ 145 for American Eagle on their way to Philadelphia today. There they are. 5997 was the flight number on the Piedmont. My apologies. Southwest on their way to Orlando. Southwest disappearing into the fog. Yeah, we're getting the tug in. Excuse me, getting the tug in position in front of the CRJ. So I think the diversion will be heading back out in a couple of minutes. They've been here for a while. Diverted out of Akron, Canton. There's also an ambulance I see. Heading over somewhere. Hopefully everybody is okay. Rushing over, it looks like towards Alpha, maybe the other side of Bravo. Hopefully everybody is okay. Their way to Fort Lauderdale. Remember when I was a kid, though, I think I did that one time. Walked out on the, not Lake Erie, but a local lake that we had. And I partially fell through it, like kind of more to my ankles, and that was enough. 30-degree water is not fun. Gonna get the Delta going into the gate. Figure we'll get the Southwest instead as they head out. If you're on this flight or know someone who's on this flight, let me know how many people are still on it. Diverted. I'm trying to remember where it was going. I know it was going to Akron, Canton. I can't remember where it's coming from. Maybe Chicago? I I wonder how many people are still on it. Flight 5523 for the CRJ 200. And it was out of Chicago O'Hare, diverted from Akron Canton around 1:20 this afternoon. They're heading over to Akron Canton. That is not going to be a long flight, maybe 20 minutes by the time they get into the pattern and everything, if that. Delta Connection E175 touching down out of Detroit. So if you're on this flight, or if you know anyone who's on this flight, let me know. Did they make everybody stay on it and go back to Akron Canton, or did they let people get off? And if they did let people get off, how many people are still on it? I know they tried to keep everybody on them, so they may not have let anybody leave. But if they went to the gate, then they probably did let people go. So yeah, let me know if how many people are still on this aircraft. SkyWest CRJ. We don't get many of these United CRJ 200s here anymore. There was CRJ 7 that'll be coming in for United Express here in a little bit, which we don't get many of those either. United has mostly puts the either E175s or 737s out here. We don't see a lot of variety. Southwest out of Tampa should be inbound. I've been working on a little project in my spare time lately of going back and watching every video that I've ever posted. Some of which were from the old days were pretty good, some of which were not very good, obviously, as I was trying to learn things. And I had that one camera that really did not have very good resolution, and I really didn't know how to use it and all that. But I've been going back and trying to watch all the stuff that I've put up over the last 4 or 5 years, and trying to do a database on every tail number that I've seen. And I know they're trying to project about 10.4 million this year, so hopefully that happens. Still waiting on an update about the master plan as well.
Delivery envoy 4116, we'll push it Charlie 7 for Chicago. 4116, clear and clear.
We haven't really heard much of an update. That groundbreaking is supposed to happen this year. This is the 100th anniversary of Hopkins Airport.
Affirmative, like no I'm not, or yes I am. We are not de-icing. Wheels up the
737 MAX 9. Got a nice vapor trail behind it as it squeezes the moisture out of the air.
Check the ramp deal, Lima Juliet 5. Lima Juliet 5, Mark 74247. Airsprint 503, taxi.
Here's the Air Sprint Citation that diverted in. But they're projecting 10.4 million people. Hopefully that happens again this year. Columbus got about 9.1 million last year, I think, so they certainly could hit the 10 million passenger threshold this year. The new terminal is underway at CMH, so still expecting to see more growth out of that area as that city continues to grow. That diverted in from Chicago was going Chicago to Akron Canton. They're on their way to Akron Canton. There's the Envoy E175 heading to the runway. They will be heading over to Chicago. CRJ 700 over there. Looks like I thought they were going to go earlier, but looks like not much activity now. Be heading back to DCA. Akron Canton. Still have to know how many people are on that flight.
3424, heading 015, 718, 6,000.
That would be miserable if you flew. I mean, Chicago's not that far of a flight, but if you were flying to Akron, Canton, diverted to Cleveland, and had to wait here for like 4 or 5 hours before flying back to Akron, Canton so you could go home, that would be pretty brutal. Because again, we're only about an hour drive from Akron, Canton. And a lot of people live in between the two airports and use the two airports based on fares and flights and that sort of thing. And yeah, that'd be pretty brutal. Again, I think if it were me, if I had a choice, I would probably just ask someone to come pick me up instead of waiting around all day. But hey, they got to experience both Northern Ohio airports today. The plane geek in me would love that. The annoyed passenger in me probably would not. But this American ERJ or E-Jet is heading over to this side. E-175. There's only been a few times that I've been over here where I've seen American aircraft over here. And usually it's early in the morning or it's later in the evening. I need to fly more though. I really do. I should be way ahead of where I'm at right now for sure. I'm actually looking at picking up a second job, maybe even up here. I've had interviews at a couple of places up here, trying to get something that'll work in the evening, work around my my full-time job. Just trying to bring in a little bit of extra money. That way we can put it towards flight training, and as well as a family and paying down some bills and stuff like that. But United a 737, I'm going to bring it over here. Cold air is drying my throat. I'll have to go grab some water. United 737, I'm going to put it on Charlie 29. The closest United gate, then we have the American Eagle over here as well. A lot of American aircraft are here today. There's a couple more E-Jets on the other side. We got the two Airbuses on the other side. There's also a CRJ over there and an ERJ. So got a fair number of American tails over there. So we got quite a few airplanes sitting over here at the gate with the two American Airbuses, all the E-Jets, the CRJs, and of course United 737 fleet that's over here. I think this is the A320 that'll be heading back to Dallas. So that aircraft is pushing back. 3033, the A319 to Charlotte, should also be pushing back. Looks like the CRJ is spending the night. And then over in the background, the Southwest 737 has its lights on, probably about ready to push back. Not sure what I hear, but it sounds like a vacuum cleaner. in the background. It's a cat show, but a lot of neat events at the IX Center. I'm kind of tempted to go check out. When I was a kid, I had a train set and thought that stuff was pretty cool. So I'm kind of tempted to go check out the train show, but probably with the weather and everything, we'll just head home here in a little bit. I don't have a train set or anything like that, but with a kid on the way, maybe someday. American heading for the runway, Southwest heading for the runway. American is heading to, I think it's heading to Dallas. Well, all right, everyone, I think with the weather moving in, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for the day. Get on home, get some dinner, and watch the Four Nations event tonight, the hockey match between Team USA and Canada, which should be a good game to watch. So I think we're going to go home and get ready to watch that tonight. Hope you guys all enjoyed the live stream. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below, comment down below, share with all of your friends. Follow me on social media on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram at Nick Flies Media. Stay tuned, lots of live streams, lots of stuff coming this week, and then we got some shows and events and whatnot coming up over the next few weeks, so check that out as well, and check out the merchandise store as well. There are some channel memberships, so let me know down below if there's some ideas you have for that might be pretty cool to try, and we'll look into maybe implementing some of those for you. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and head on home, get out of the cold and the fog that's rolling in, and get ready for dinner and all that tonight. So thank you all so much for being here. Hope you have a great rest of the night, and we'll catch you next time from Cleveland Hopkins International Airport.